Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Another shipping video here today. So we have 3 items I'm going to feature in this video. Heavier items, awkward sized items, and not necessarily breakable, but, well, I mean, everything's breakable. Right off the bat, we have this right here. This is like a hole punch. As you can see, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 punches 11 holes. That's going out the door. We have this tumbler, Nordstrom plastic vintage tumbler. That's going out the door today. And then this thing here, which don't buy this. Well, if you buy it for $1, it ends up selling for $10, which I was thinking these were going to go for like 20, but no. However, it's all in the original packaging with the foam and everything, which, you know, makes it kind of easy to ship. So just, you know, you don't have to necessarily, some of these items like this, which is kind of, you know, got a weird size, might be, you know, you might be stay away from it because of its size. This here, you know, don't be afraid to buy stuff based on shipping. If you have the right supplies, the right tools, you should be able to get everything out safe and sound. We're going to start off with this guy here. It's got a weird size. It doesn't really necessarily fit the boxes that I buy. Is that dark? That's too dark. Come on, make sure my light. Oh yeah, just want to make sure my light's on. But I keep a lot of other boxes around, so just in case, in the event where this, I could probably fit this in one of these. This 12 by 8 by 6, but it might be a bit of a tight fit, and the edges might be right up against the wall of the box. And when the box is in shipping, it could be like dong, 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 hitting the edges. And one layer of box isn't really going to be much to protect this. Not that it is necessarily, it's very heavy and sturdy. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a box. So I have this box right here. I mean, not necessarily build a box because this is already, you know, Logitech. I'm not sure what came in there. I think some speakers came in this. But I've had this box laying around. It's long and slim, which if you get any boxes from Amazon that are a weird shape, slim, but maybe super long or super wide, you definitely hold on to those because those will come in handy eventually. So we're going to plug that in there. As you can see, there's still quite a bit of space in there. I hope you guys can, yeah, you guys can see that space in there. So we're going to just shrink the box down a little bit and put a bunch of packaging paper, basically. Well, we'll probably do a little bit of bubble wrap on that just to be on the safe side. Okay, so I got the item in there right now, and we're going to go ahead and cut the box to shape. Now, the quickest way to do this, the easiest way to do this is to just cut down the edge. Can you guys see me there? There we go. Okay. Make sure you have a good pair of scissors. I recommend these Cutco ones here. These Cutco scissors, I highly recommend these. They really just mow through cutting jobs. Back in the day, I did ever so briefly try to sell Cutco. They were trying to recruit everybody, like right out of high school and college kids, and of course with the promise of, you know, making a lot of money. Now, Cutco knives are great, great knives. These scissors are amazing. But one of the demonstrations they show you with these scissors, let me just get in my way here. There we go. One of the demonstrations they show you with these scissors is how they cut through a penny. I thought that was interesting. And they do. They can literally cut through a penny. Okay. Got that tape off. Alright, we got the edge here. Oh, it's kind of like slash. I don't know who did that, but we can still use it. There's no identifying information on the back, is there? Nope. Okay. Matter of fact, what we're probably going to do is we'll just flip this inside out, because that way, the reason why I'm going to flip this inside out and make this the outside is because if, you know, for some bizarre reason that the post office, you know, I might just tape this over anyway because it's got a slash through it, but in case the post office is scanning and they get like some random barcode on your thing, don't want that to mess up the shipping process. So we're going to place that in there like that. And we're going to use that as kind of like a guide for how large this box needs to be. That's about good. Now we're going to cut these edges. You see there, you got to cut the edges on the bottom. I can't tell if that's going to come out, you know, with enough light or not, based on the little screen on my camera there. Okay, so we're going to cut this edge now. Again, working the edges here, right up to that point where I placed this extra piece already. There we go. We got that cut. Okay. Okay. You bend that. Now you could use this as extra protection if you want, or you could just cut it off if you want. I'm probably going to cut it off. That way, cut down on the weight. Okay. So I kind of use it as a guide as I continue cutting here. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do now, just wanted to make sure that was good, is cut. We're going to cut this off here now. So we're going to try to cut as straight as possible if we can. Okay, that mug is in the way. I'm going to drop my merchandise. Now I'm about to ship out. Okay, now we're just going to cut all the way down and through this box and hopefully keep it straight. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, that's done. The other side. If you start off straight, hopefully you end straight. Always when I'm trying to do this angle, always, or the opposite side. Whenever I try to do the opposite side, I always get held up with this excess here. Okay, that's chopped off. I might just leave that little chunk on the end there. Okay, we got that in there. How does that look? Alright, looks pretty good now. Now we're looking pretty good. Alright. So, we just got to hold that up because it's going to keep falling down on us. Put a little bit of tape there. A little tape there. Make sure that's even. Just to hold it in place. There we go. Okay. Now what the hell? We're gonna keep that little flap down there. So let's just tape that up too, so it stays up. All right. Now we have our box perfect to size. I'm just gonna go check the measurements on the app on the order really quick and make sure we're not gonna go over. So that's just under 15. It's gonna be about 8 inches tall. So 15, 8, and 6. I'll be right back. Okay, so I plugged in the measurements already into the label maker, or the order system on eBay. So that's all ready to go, and it didn't change anything, which is good. You don't want it to change your your shipping costs. It's also just going to Washington, so that's not too far from where I live. So let's just go ahead and get some bubble wrap. I am using the new bubble wrap I got. From a new supplier, so giving it a whirl. So right off the bat, the bubbles are a bit smaller than I typically order on Uline. Not necessarily a big deal. Some of the perforations were already. There might be some issues with quality control. Some of the perforations here, which I don't really. I just cut it to size. I don't really necessarily stick to the perforations, but it is already starting to rip. Which, I don't know if that's bad or good. It's not really hurting me. More an OCD thing. If you guys, if that's something that you, I don't know if it's something you necessarily would suffer from, or if you find it an annoyance, or more likely, like my wife finds it an annoyance. You're always triple checking stuff. You double check, then you triple check. And then, when you accidentally forget something, then you quadruple check. So it's because you forgot it one time. So, yeah, it's more the loved ones that suffer because of your OCD, I've discovered. So, all that to say is the perforations shouldn't be a problem. That it's already ripping from the perforation. Okay. Let's finish wrapping this in bubble wrap. And then we will get it in the box and fill in the gaps with packaging paper. This was a leverage, so definitely a something to look out for if you guys want a bolo. Okay, you want me to mention that it's a bolo? Even though this channel is not geared towards, you know, what I'm paying for stuff or what you should be buying, what you shouldn't be buying. This is just shipping, so if you guys want to see what I'm buying, where I'm buying it at, how much I'm paying, how much things are going for, I have my main channel. It's linked in the description, but it's just Gem Flipper. Okay, that in there. That down there. Fill in the gaps. Always filling in the gaps. My scissors got stuck under that box. One more little slice of paper. And the paper, the packaging paper is really cheap. It's like $30 a box, so. And it's a lot of paper. It'll last a while. I cut off the excess. Just, let's not get too crazy though. You know? I mean, I think it's like less than a penny a foot, but nonetheless, you gotta cut corners. Well, not cut corners necessarily. That sounds like I'm cheapening out, but you gotta save cost everywhere. In every aspect of your reselling business, you're trying to save. I mean, the biggest costs, of course, are the goods. You know, the items you're buying. So that's where you want to concentrate most of your money. Okay. Now take this up, and because I ended up, you know, creating a box out, you know, or kind of modifying the box, I'm gonna make sure that it's really taped up. You guys can't see that. Let me just start off with this one really quick, and then let me just adjust my positioning. My tape gun getting all weird on me. Okay. This is what we're doing. We're just taping up this back side here. Covering that in eBay. And eBay advertising. We want everybody to shop on eBay. That is the primary platform that I sell on, so that's where I would prefer everybody to go shop. Don't get me wrong, I do shop on Amazon myself from time to time. But if you want to find collectibles or cool stuff, you know, I have several things on my wish list on eBay that I will be purchasing in the near future. Alright, but there we go. It's all in there. Let's see what it weighs. See what it weighs so we can get a label. Oops, don't want to touch on anything else. We got 4 pounds, 11 ounces, so we have to round up to 5. I'll be right back. I just remembered I have the dryer on, so that noise is probably going to be in this video. But next item up, we have this tumbler. It's a Nordstrom vintage. Pretty clean. I don't know if it's really ever been used. But just a cool vintage Nordstrom tumbler. We're going to get that out of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in a poly mailer. I don't think it's going to fit. Let me see. Fit in there like that. It actually will fit in there like that. So we're going to use a poly mailer and bubble wrap. So We're going to do 4 layers of bubble wrap to make sure that it's secure. And let's see, what I ripped already earlier, the excess, maybe this will be enough, I hope. Okay. Again, we're going to make sure that just like in regular mugs, we're going to make sure we secure that handle. That is probably the easiest part to break, I would think. Okay. Got 4 layers of bubble wrap on that. It's not necessarily what would be considered a breakable item like glass or ceramic, porcelain, but not like this guy. But it can still break. I mean, it's plastic. It's a hard plastic, so you want to create what I call that pillow with the bubble wrap to prevent, anything from crushing it. Okay, we're going to fold the edges down, just like we do with every other cup and mug around here. We're going to fold the edges down here, create a nice protection for the top. There we go. And then the bottom. Bubble wrap is your friend in this business, so find a good supplier, find a cheap supplier, someone that you can get it very cheaply, because you're going to need it and you're going to need lots of it, and depending on how long you do this for, you're going to need it for a long time. And look at that, it's going to slide right in there nice and easy. So I'm not going to seal it yet. I'm going to wait till I get the print the label out. I'm going to slap the label on it, put it back in there and seal it. And the reasoning behind that is make sure I get a nice clean application of the label, so that way it's easy for the post office to scan everything. There's no crinkles or folds or anything happens with the label. Okay, let's get this weighed out. Probably less than a pound, I think. Come on. The one problem with these digital the one problem with these digital scales is they always time out. So we have 7.3 ounces, so we're going to round up to 8 ounces on that mug or tumbler. All right, I'm going to go get a label on that, then we'll move on to the last item. Okay, the last item we're going to ship out, and you may think this is incredibly delicate and breakable, and sure it is. Just a Hallmark sculpture. Santa Claus, Christmas is coming. Yeah, they're just a little sleigh. I want to be careful because I don't want to drop it. It's a limited edition, apparently. So, alright. But, as you can tell, it's already in its original foam, which is great. Always like to buy stuff with the original packaging, new or not new. And let's see, there we go, it's all in that box. So not much we really need to do to this. We're going to fit it into one of these 12 by 8 by 6. I am going to wrap it just in one little layer of bubble wrap. Actually, I don't even think I really do that because, let's see, let's get this box set up here. Let's just see how it fits in the box. If it's nice and snug in the box, I'm not going to put any bubble wrap. If it's not snug, I'll put some bubble wrap to make sure it's a snug fit. That's actually going to be... It's going to... Probably going to push the box out a little bit, so... It's going to have to go like that. As a matter of fact, so I'm not going to... actually, you know what? I'm going to do some bubble wrap because... Just to make sure it doesn't jiggle around, because then you don't want it to jiggle around, and I don't want this this lid, as you can see, the lid will slide up and down. I don't want the lid to open, so I'm going to seal it, basically keep it shut with some bubble wrap, and that's not enough bubble wrap. So I'm just going to do one layer. We're not going to get crazy here. Okay. There is a little bit of room between the top and the bottom in the box, so I don't want the box to open up in transit. Okay. Okay, get some tape there. Just make sure a nice secure. Go. Okay, perfect. Now, let's get it in the box. Perfect, that's nice. Now we're going to put packaging paper on each side. Might have been too much right off the bat, but let's see. Excess paper, right? Did I use an excess paper? I thought I cut off excess paper. Oh, I put it up there. We might need that. That's good enough. Shove that in there. Shove that in there. Perfect. It's not going anywhere. It fits almost perfectly into this box. Okay. Now put that sealed up. Make sure everything's in frame here. Okay. Sometimes you do have to like just hold it close so it seals all the, so you get a nice tight seal, nice tight fit. I do like this eBay tape because it is pretty flexible. It's probably not the strongest in the world, but it's nice and flexible and really conforms to, you know, if you got weird corners or anything, it kind of can fill into those corners really well. But there we go. We got that in there and piece of cake. So 3 items. I know it took me a little bit longer because when I'm shooting these videos, you know, I want to make sure I explain everything and show all the details, nuances. But in reality, you just start to go quick. So I do have several other orders. I think we have a lot of little things going out today, like some little handhelds, some camera adapters, controller, some clothing. So we have about 16 orders that got to go out today. So I'm going to get the rest of those done. I hope you guys appreciate the video. I hope this helps you. And I hope it helps to overcome, maybe it's not a fear, but just, you know, concerns with shipping. And perhaps it's preventing you from buying items that are, you know, that have profit, but you don't have any way to ship it. Or you may try to take on the challenge, but it doesn't get to the customer safely. So I hope this channel helps you. Again, if you guys want to see how I acquire all these items, you want more information like on BOLOs or be on the lookout for items, how much I'm paying for stuff, you can check out my other channel, Gem Flipper. It's linked in the bio down below. But I'll catch you guys in the next video.